Good evening, parents, and welcome to the 2021-2022 virtual back to school night. My name is Mrs. Wheeler, and I am your child's 10th grade honors language arts teacher. A little bit about myself. This is my 21st year of teaching and my 20th year of teaching at Santiago High School. I have been teaching sophomore language arts for quite a number of years. Familiar with the curriculum, although it has changed a little bit throughout the years. But I really enjoy the stories we get to read, the novels we get to read, the projects we get to do, and the writing that we get to do in class. And I enjoy the sophomore grade level very much as well. Let's see a little bit more about myself. As I got my teaching credentials from Cal State Fullerton, as well as my master and bachelor degrees from Cal State Fullerton also, so I am a Titan. And I'm going to now talk a little bit more about the class, the expectations, the novels that we will read this year, and feel free to contact me via email if you have any questions, and I will get right back to you with that also. So let's talk about some of the curriculum a little bit now. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is sort of helpful websites for the class. And this is my Google Classroom site. And students all have access to this. And the class code is right up here in the corner. I'll zoom in on that for you. So all of my students, I believe, are all signed up for the Google Classroom site. Up here at the top is the Classroom tab, and if you click on that, I post the agendas every day, each morning, and this is a really good resource for your student if they're absent or if they forget what has been done or they need a link. If you look at each day, there's an agenda, and you click on this, and then it has our slide for the day, it has our attachment, and with these attachments, there's hyperlinks here, so it has the syllabus that they can click on. So if they do have to be absent for some reason, which I know is happening this year, they would be able to access the slide and then get whatever it is that they're missing. So our most recent one is right here. Here's our slide, and it has all of their attachments. Most of our work is submitted from students via Canvas, and they know how to upload their work from there. For the most part, students are not having difficulties doing that. Once in a while, I'll have a student that's still sort of struggling with it, but for the most part, it seems to be going okay. So this is a really good resource for students throughout the year, and then this is what we use in class each day as well. So the next thing that I'd like to point out comes on the syllabus, which you all should have signed that your child were at home, is the grade categories. So the grades are put in within the proper category that you can see right here. So homework is 20% of a student's grade, the tests and quizzes are 15%, and so on. So it's not just a point total. They go in the actual categories, which are then weighted by the percentages. So that's important to know. So here's some contact information for me. Email is usually the quickest way to get a hold of me. The school number here, sometimes the voicemail works and sometimes it doesn't. You can always try it out if you'd like. But if you would like to speak with me, I actually recommend emailing me and saying, can we talk? And then we can arrange a time to actually speak. So I do have my cell phone number here. I prefer text only. And students can text me if they have questions, but usually everything can be found on the Google site that I mentioned earlier. Our curriculum is a focus on reading and writing critically and thoughtfully, employing and analyzing rhetorical and literary devices to get students ready for the 11th AP course. We do use the Pearson books, which are consumable, which means students can write in them. And semester 1, we focus on Unit 2 and Unit 1, and we also read the novel Frankenstein. So if students are able to purchase a copy of that, that would be great. We do have some for checking out, but obviously they can't be written in or annotated in if they're checked out here. So if they have their own copy, I always encourage that, but it is not required. Second semester, we focus on reading The Tragedy of Julius Caesar and some rhetorical speeches, and we'll analyze the rhetoric within those speeches. So there's a variety of speeches. And then we should, at the very end of the year, be able to read Animal Farm. Materials needed for the class are a spiral notebook, red or green colored pen for editing, and then their leisure reading books, which we have talked about a lot in class. We visited the library for students to check out a book. They're welcome to use e-readers, Kindles, and so on. Q is updated pretty frequently, sometimes more than once a week. But just for your knowledge, if there's not a grade in the Q grade book, it's not that a student didn't do the assignment, it's just that it hasn't been entered or scored yet. If you do see a 0 for an assignment, then that means that they did not complete the assignment. So be concerned about the zeros that you see. Don't be concerned about a score that just hasn't been entered yet. I do accept late work, usually for half credit, sometimes a little bit more depending on the circumstance, but I also allow for fixing or redoing assignment for partial credit. So a student can always talk to me about that as well. So since it's such a strange year again, and you may not be visiting the classroom, I thought I would just give you a quick little snippet of what our classroom looks like right now. I plan on adding a little bit more up on the walls, but this is what we have for now. And I encourage, if your student has any troubles or issues or concerns, or need some exceptions made for them for some reason, to just talk to me about it. Send me an email, or for them to come and see me. There's usually something I can do to help a situation. So please encourage your student to come and do that. So I think that's about it. That gives you sort of a summary of the class and me and my expectations. Again, I try to be really flexible with students while still making sure that they work to their potential. But please do encourage them to come and talk to me if they have a concern. Hopefully this year will be better than last year, and we'll all do our best to try to make it as safe as possible and a great learning environment. And I'm hoping for a great year. So thanks for coming by. Again, feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'll get back to you excuse me, as soon as I can. And here's to a great year. Thanks for coming by.